Pisces, this is your energy check-in love reading. We're tuning into the person on your mind or your current situation and the energy unfolding for you right now. Let's see what wants to come through. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Pisces, please. All right, we have the Chariot card, Cancerian energy. All right, your person showing up as the Six of Swords in reverse. They're viewing you as the Sun, Leo energy. What you're not seeing is the Queen of Swords in reverse, okay? And we have the Fool showing up in reverse, Aries energy. And the Seven of Swords showing up in reverse. Okay, so I feel like a lot of my Pisces, you're moving on from a situation here. You realize that something was draining you, your time, your energy, your love, your money, your resources. And I feel like you're doing quite well. Like it feels like this is something that you've decided to leave behind. And with the Chariot card, you know, you're moving forward after an ending here with the Death card, Scorpio energy, really focused on transformation, transforming your life. I really get that you're up leveling, like you're just on the up and up here, Pisces. Okay, let's see how you're viewing this person. It definitely feels like someone you've had an ending with. You're viewing them as the Emperor, Aries energy. So some of you, this could be your boss. For others of you, you see this person is very solid, they're stable, they're in their power, they're successful, really decisive. You may know that this person would or wants to step up and be a part of, be a part of your life or have some sort of commitment here with you. But I also feel like you pick up on something being a little bit off. Like I'm kind of getting like, on paper, everything like this person would make like a really good partner, or, they have a lot to offer. You see their worth and their value here with the Emperor, but the relationship, let's see how you're viewing it, as the Page of Swords. You still might just be scanning. You might be still kind of gathering data here about this person, but I kind of feel like there's something here that's telling you that something feels a little bit off, is what I'm getting. And you're kind of still thinking about this, maybe still looking at this, still kind of gathering information. But I also feel like there's been an ending in your and you realize like you're feeling a bit more free. Maybe you're feeling more creative. I feel like you're feeling a bit lighter. They're seeing that with the Sun card, Leo energy, like you're doing really well at this point in time. And your person, the Page of Cups. So this is somebody here, Pisces, who really wants to apologize or wants to start something new with you. But I just get this energy with the Seven of Swords in reverse. You're not so sure. Maybe you're just not sure about a relationship, or you recognize this person's worth and value, but just something feels a little bit off for you is what I'm getting. Or you're trying to figure out if this is right, or if there should be any sort of rekindling or, reconciliation. We see initial spark. So there's potential in a person or a situation to develop into something in the future. How you approach it is up to you. Yeah, and I feel like that's kind of the phase that you're in right now, Pisces, trying to figure out, there's a spark here. This person is interesting. This person is, Emperor energy. They're successful, they're decisive, they're strategic, they're powerful. But I feel like you're still kind of questioning compatibility or something. All right, so in alignment, Spirit saying everything is aligning perfectly in your life. What didn't make sense in the past will now start to fall into place. And I think this message is really on par for us coming out of Mercury retrograde in your sign, where you're coming into alignment, you're getting clarity and important mission. Your soul has an important mission to fulfill in this lifetime. Search within and you'll discover your mission. Yeah, so it's about going within right now, Pisces, and trying to figure out, is this something that you want to move forward with? I mean, I feel like there's I feel like there's been an ending between the two of you. But I also, for some of my Pisces, it could be that you're going through an ending and a transformation and you're enjoying the single life and tapping into your creativity. And so you're not sure if you want to see this person again. Maybe there's somebody new you've been on a few dates with. But for a lot of you, this is somebody you've had some sort of relationship with. And you're being told here to shine your beauty. So let others do and say what they will. Keep doing good. Resist the temptation to dim your light to become as dark as those that oppose you. So you're meant to be shining your light right now, Pisces. And, this person showing up, you're seeing them as the Emperor. I'm wondering if you feel like somehow this person is like very forceful. Maybe you feel a little bit overwhelmed by this at this point in time, like you need to breathe or you need to grow, you need to create, and you're not sure that you can do that within this relationship. With the Six of Swords in reverse, it's like this person is stuck on you. They may not be communicating, they may be acting aloof or detached, but they do want to come back around to you. Like they haven't moved on from you. And for some of you, maybe you just went on a date or two and you're just trying to suss this person out. But they do want to see you again. Two of Wands energy. They've made a decision. They want this new beginning. Three of Wands in reverse. But they feel blocked. They're feeling a bit conflicted. I don't know if there's been fighting, bickering, and arguing. Or they just feel blocked. They feel a little conflicted. But they're very passionate about you. They're very attracted to you. And they do want a new beginning with you, Pisces. They're seeing you as the Sun card. You make them very happy. They see that you're sexy, attractive, successful, creative, warm, fun to be with. Like they're seeing you as their happiness here. All right. And we have the Seven of Wands in reverse. But it almost feels like you've been pushing them away, Pisces. And they want you to be less guarded. They want victory here with you. But yeah, you're in hermit mode. See, this makes a lot of sense. The hermit, is represented by the number 9, okay? And number 9 is the human gestation period, right? So it's like this energy of somebody that's focusing on themselves, being creative, growing something. It could be a business. It could be just you focusing on your art or your music, your writing, personal projects. But they see that you're on your own, you're doing well on your own, you're happy on your own, you're very self-focused. And the Eight of Pentacles, like you're really working on something here. And they want this new beginning, but it almost feels like there's a timing issue, or you're not sure that there's compatibility, or maybe you felt like this relationship was creating creative blockages. We see that they do want to come in. They want to make a love offer. This person is in love with you, Pisces. But I'm not exactly sure you feel the same way. Let's see what we need to know about this person. What do my Pisces need to know about this person? Fool energy. Using humor to wound rather than liberate. Denial of your emotional truth. Yeah, so maybe this person never, isn't very in touch with their feelings, and that would definitely rub a Pisces the wrong way. You may also feel like they make jokes that don't land right, and being kind of sensitive. Not to say that my Pisces can't take a joke, but if somebody's making critical jokes or being sarcastic and things like that, it can, I don't know if you felt like they were kind of picking at you. And again, that can really, interrupt your flow. And okay, so this person is definitely, they're showing up as the femme fatale, whether they're masculine or feminine or however they might identify. This person is somebody who's very sexy, very attractive. But I'm wondering if they have a tendency to be a little bit snarky at times. Or, I don't know, they were making jokes that weren't really landing with you. All right, let's see how they're viewing you. Let's see how they're viewing you. Child divine. An inability to defend oneself against negative forces. Okay, so they may feel like in some ways you need protection here. They may also feel like you are a bit overly sensitive at times, Pisces, which I don't think you are. I mean, it can, like, you know, all water signs can be a bit sensitive at times, but I kind of feel like, I kind of feel there was some sort of issue here with them making jokes or something that they said that was kind of, I don't know, like it didn't feel supportive is what I'm getting. And they may see you as like, you know what, you can't take a joke, or you're being very sensitive. And we see warrior energy. Yeah. So the shadow is trading ethical principles for victory at any cost, indifference to the suffering inflicted on others. So I feel like you have turned away from this connection, Pisces, whether you've ended it or you're just giving them the cold shoulder. But they may see that, like, you're turning away from something that's good, that, you know, could have been, you know, could have gone the distance, and that you might be a little indifferent to, like, how they're feeling. Interesting, but I kind of feel like there's a little bit of an emotional disconnect here between the two of you. And we see the Queen of Swords showing up in reverse. So I feel like this is what we're not seeing. You know, the Queen of Swords in reverse can be somebody who's disloyal. It can be somebody who gets a little bit mean or nasty when they feel challenged or their ego is bruised. It can also be somebody who's kind of stuck on a lower vibrational timeline, replaying hurt and heartbreak, projecting onto this connection. And whether you know that or not, intuitively, Pisces, you are picking up on that with the Seven of Swords in reverse. And I feel like that's why you've either moved on from this person or thinking about it. The Star card, Aquarius energy. This person wants to heal things. They want to come in with an offer. They want to make it up to you. The Page of Pentacles. And we see the Eight of Cups. Yeah, but it almost feels like they still need to walk away from something. They need to leave something in the past behind. So, I mean, I don't want to say like, oh, it's all their fault. But it actually feels like they're reacting to their own hurt and heartbreak. And it started to affect you. And for a lot of my Pisces, it started affecting your work, or just like your, you know, your peace, your creativity. So the Fool energy in reverse, interesting. So Spirit's saying don't jump into anything right now. Don't make any sort of impulsive decisions just yet. Seven of Pentacles in reverse, and an ending. Four of Cups. Becoming emotionally available. And the Queen of Pentacles. I kind of feel like the Queen of Pentacles is your energy right now. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We also have strong Aries here with the Fool. But the Queen of Pentacles is your energy, like you're in hermit mode. You're focused on you, your creativity, your home, your business, your health. Some of you, there's been an ending, and I feel like it's kind of freeing you up, whether it's just you deciding not to go on another date with this person, or it's been a long-term connection. But I kind of feel like you're ending something with someone that just, things didn't feel completely in alignment. Hierophant energy, Taurus energy. This person feels connected to you. They want a relationship with you. But I am also saying with the Fool energy in reverse that Spirit's saying, Pisces, not so fast. You may get a surprise love offer, a proposal. And the Queen of Pentacles, she's not going to make a decision right away. It's like almost like needing to gather more information, because this person may come in and surprise you. But like, I can see they're definitely not perfect, right? And I feel like I don't know, they were saying or doing things that weren't landing right with you, that you started to realize were affecting your, you know, I don't know, if like your emotional, mental, physical, financial health, and something there. And I do think like you're finding center, you're feeling really good, you're shining your light. They're seeing that. And they're a little bit triggered by that, I'm not gonna lie. So we see sweet messages coming in. They're under a lot of stress and juggling. Okay, I don't really get that this person is like a player. I mean, they could be, you know your situation better than I do. But we see that juggling is kind of them going back and forth, and they're probably battling their ego behind the scenes. We see incoming calls, so you may be getting a message soon from this person. All right, let's see what else we need to know about them. What else do my Pisces need to know about them? Best friend, non-committal, and religious. Okay, so some of you, this may have been a situation where you were friends first, I'm also getting non-committal and religious. I mean, obviously they could be a religious or spiritual person, but religious to me can also be like codes of conduct. Some of you, this person has a history of being non-committal, and we do see that like juggling energy. But I'm wondering if this was like a friend's first thing. This person might also have a friend around them that kind of gives them bad advice. You know, sometimes people's friends want to keep them single. We do see that this person has been emotionally closed off, or they emotionally closed off to you. And again, that probably left kind of a bad taste in your mouth, Pisces, because you're naturally quite emotional and like to make those emotional connections. Okay, let's see what else we need to know about this connection. Spirit, what else do we need to know about this connection? Awakening. Someone's undergoing a spiritual transformation. You know, it does look like you're going through a major transformation. Maybe you're seeing the light here about this connection, but I also think this person is going through an awakening because you're not rushing in to repair things or to fix things. Detach with love to clearly see the truth. I kind of feel that's what you're doing. You have strong chemistry, but is that enough? Are you on the same page? Do you want the same things? But Spirit's advice consistently here is go slow. Don't jump to any conclusions. I mean, we still are in Mercury retrograde. Don't gaslight yourselves either, right? Like, you know, some of you, you know. Okay, but it does look like there's a little bit of a disconnect here, despite, you know, passion, chemistry, and I don't know if that's how you live your lives or how you show up in relationships. Let's see what they want to say to you. Yeah, sabotage. I mess up the good things in my life sometimes. Some of you, this person got like a little bit triggered, activated, snarky, sarcastic. They may have felt like a little in over their head here. And I wish I could right my wrongs. So they definitely are recognizing mistakes. And I left when things got hard. Yeah. So this person may have, may have walked away from you, or, you know, or cut you off abruptly, even if it was just for like a day or two or something like that. But I feel like it kind of changed the way you are showing up in this relationship, or the way that you're viewing this person. Okay. And I feel like a lot of my Pisces, you're doing well on your own here. So let's see what they want to say to you that they might not be able to articulate. I'm more affected than you know. All right. And I know you're right, but I need to come to my own conclusions. That's a little bit of that stubbornness. And how could you still love me after all I've done? So they know that they've messed up here, Pisces. Wow. Okay. They really know they've messed up. Let's see what their very next actions are towards you in the next week or so. Ooh, okay. So we have, all right, King of Pentacles in reverse, kind of holding back. This is a superficial energy, nostalgic, wanting reconciliation, but again, not really ready to speak up. And then we see the Two of Cups. In the next week or so, Pisces, I'm not really sure you're going to get communication. And again, you're not meant to put your life on hold here for this person. There's a soulmate connection. They feel that, but it's like they're acting superficial. They're not giving, and most likely it's their ego that's holding them back. They're angry, upset. The Queen of Swords, she can be kind of resentful, you know, kind of pissed off here. But it's almost like it's their ego that's holding them back, and they want to make it up to you. But I also feel like they have someone around them that's maybe giving them bad advice here. Yeah, we see the Knight of Swords. They're not ready to communicate, Pisces. And if they do, I feel like it's going to be very surface level, or maybe it's going to be, you know, it might still be a little bit snarky, or it might be, I don't know. I just feel like in the next week or so, communication with this person is going to be unclear, or it's not going to be quite productive. So I feel like you're in really good energy here, Pisces. All right, you're in really good energy, just focusing on you, your creativity, your health, you know, your habits, your daily routines, especially creativity. It just keeps coming through. You know, maybe you're writing that book, right? Or you're, you know, fixing things around your house, just doing the things that you've kind of needed to do. Let's see from the grounded response, advice and guidance for my Pisces. Choose present. So be here instead of ahead. So stay grounded, stay present, Say what you mean. You already know what's true. Speaking isn't about control, it's about integrity. So again, if there's something that you need to say it. Again, maybe not necessarily right now. I mean, unless you feel really called to, but don't hold back here is what I'm getting. Yeah, and act once your nervous system is settled. Respond from regulation. Again, you may get messages here from this person. They might seem off, or they might seem, I don't know, like it might, I can see you being a little bit pissed off with this person coming in and being like, hey, what are you doing? Right? And you're like, really? That's what you have to say to me? Like after the, after what happened, or, I don't know. I just feel you have to respond from regulation here and trust your pace. You're allowed to move slowly. Don't rush into anything. It feels like you don't owe this person urgency. It feels like you don't really owe them much of anything. I do see them coming towards you though, but like not within this next week or so. They're going through that ego battle within. All right, my lovely Pisces, I'm going to leave it here. I'm sending you love and light. Take care.